Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to West Point. On behalf of Superintendent Lieutenant General Stephen W. Gillen, the Commandant of Cadets, Brigadier General R.J. Garcia, and the Army of West Point Director of Athletics, Mr. Tom Figueroa. We welcome you to Major General Neil and Joan Creighton Gymnastics Arena, home of Army Gymnastics. Today, we are proud to host this NCAA competition between the Army Black Knights, Greenville University, and Springfield College. Now, let's introduce the teams. Up first, the Greenville University Panthers. Logan Watterson, Captain Ethan Poole, Matthew Raw, Andre Esquivel Garza, Elijah Cruz, Jackson Clapper, Michael Avery, Sherry Papa, Ricky Mays, Tyler Henson, and Captain Jacob Proctor. The Panthers are led by their head coach, Zach Peters, and assistant coach, Dane Kramer. Up next, the Springfield College Pride. Captain Josh Shitsenko, Blaze Russo, Brian Dell, Caleb Laccio, Skylar Cook, Will Wilson, Captain Peyton Kramer, Gus Seuss, Dylan Feinstein, Captain Owen Carney, Jacob Soderquist, Mike Dalton, and Evan Reichard. The Springfield College Pride are led by their head Matt Davis, assistant coaches Gail Donnelly, Alex Cholesterol Perez, and Norm Bullright. And fans, please welcome your hosts, the Army Black Knights. Isaac Samuel, Jacob Brenner, Clay Sutton, Tyson Phelps, Max Rubin, Ben Aguilar, Nick Lester, Thomas Burrow, Cash Johnson, Philip Jutena, Carter Beck, John Weir, Captain Noah Duran, Captain Maddox Palagayan, Jake Palmacron, Jaden Blank, and Henry Stevens. The Black Knights are led by their head coach, J.D. Reed, coaches are Carmine Gilio and Jake Bahane. The offering representative for today's competition is Major Christina Felster Martin. Now, please help me welcome our judges for today's competition, Nate Dotson, Lane Lugarello, Anna Curon, Bruce Temple, Glenn Rupp, and Alex Mara. And fans, we ask you please remain in your seats at the conclusion of today's competition as we recognize our senior class. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask you please rise and remove your hats. Direct your attention to the flag on the right for the playing of our national anthem.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Virtius stream. We're here at West Point for the Army home meet at the Grove Center, and this meet is up against Army, Simpson, and Greenville. We're looking forward to a great competition and excited to see what these teams have to offer. So my name is Taylor Christopoulos. I am an alum from the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, just finishing my collegiate career, commentating here, and then also here commentating with Dan Colomb. Dan, could you give yourself a brief introduction?
Hey, welcome everybody. Dan Colomb. I am the fall commentator here today, and I am also an alum from the United States Military Academy. So bringing it back to where I came out of, graduated in 2000. Coaches for today's event for me, our head coach, J.D. Reeve, celebrating his third season here at the United States Military Academy. And he's coming out of 10 seasons coaching for Iowa. Assistant coach by Mr. Carmine Gilio, here in his 26th season, and assisted by Jake Bahane, who also competed for University of Nebraska. Move on to coaches for Greenville University. Head coach Zach Peters in his fourth season, comes out of also University of Nebraska, and he has built this team basically from scratch over the past 4 years. So excited to see where they're at today. Assistant coach Dane Kramer in his first year with Greenville, and he graduated from Greenville this past year. Came back to assist with the gymnastics program. Brings us to the coaches for Springfield University. Springfield is head coached by Mr. Matthew Davis in his 9th year. He is also a former Springfield gymnast. And Kale Donnelly is the assistant coach for Springfield College. He's in his 2nd year after graduating from Springfield just 2 years ago. Go over quick averages for the teams for this season so far. Army, after 8 weeks, is at a 303.383 average. Greenville, 307.533. And Springfield College, 305.175. So it's be an interesting meet to watch. Not too many points separating this tri-meet, and it should be exciting.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to see the battle between the ECAC and kind of this conference and where these guys compete, and it's pretty competitive amongst these guys, and I'm excited to see how they get after it and the scores that they'll put up. And we're heading a little bit deeper into the season, and so guys should be cleaning up, and I'm feeling pretty comfortable with where they're at. So I think we're going to see some high-end gymnastics and some hit routines. Hopefully we see a lot of stuck dismounts and some great energy from these guys, so it'll be a fun one to watch.
Yeah, that's a great point, Tyler. I've been watching all the teams, particularly the ECAC. That's kind of the conference I grew up in. And it's seen some great stuff over the past few years. And certainly as the season goes on, it's fun to watch the development and the refinement the athletes make as they kind of tweak their routines and stick more dismounts.
Yep. Yeah, we've got Army starting here on floor, and then we've got Springfield on rings and Greenville on horse.
Fun, that element there, it's called a scale, which during the last Olympic cycle came in as a new requirement. And that's thrown a lot of people off, but that was pretty well executed on that routine there.
Yeah. A little short on the dismount, which is fine. He tried to keep his chest up. Had a small hop, but finished that routine solid there on the floor. We got Jacob Foster going up here on horse, the senior for Greenville. He's been a solid performer for them over the last handful of years, coming out of Tennessee. He's got a pretty solid swing for a tall guy. Nice set.
Good clean set to start off at Greenville.
Yeah, I love watching Zach. He gets in there, he gets his guys hyped. Even if it's not the best routine, like last week, they had a guy fall on floor, and he ran out onto the floor and was amping his guy up. And it's cool to see when the coaches get in there and you see how much they care about their guys. We got Springfield here on rings.
Uprise planche. It's good to see some of the strength elements coming back. Talking of the Olympic year rule changes that we typically make at that time. And 2 cycles ago, they took a lot of the strength credit away and added swings. And that's why we saw a lot of the Yamawaki work and that type of stuff. So the younger generation stopped training so much strength to focus on the swing.
Oh, solid stick.
There you go. There's a good take dismount to open up the swing swing.
Yeah, no, that's a great point that you make, Dan. Because now they've kind of taken away the swing elements. They devalued a lot of them, and they're wanting to see a lot more strength. So it's hard to get a high D score on rings. So it's good to see people start training those again and getting that strength back up. That's somewhere where Team USA and within the NCAA, it's kind of work needs to be done there, but we're starting to see slow improvement. Got Army here on floor. Another thing about floor, right? One of the requirements on floor is you have to have a front double flipping skill in order to receive full credit, full element group for your routine.
And also, you'll see some of those guys try to link in some bonus by connecting that double flipping skill with something before or after that. Typical would be, a front layout or a front full into a double front. And that's just going to increase your difficulty that much more to put you in a better situation as far as scoring goes.
Yeah, we just saw him do a round off back 2.5 twist punch front layout. When you do that combo, that connection, you get a 10th bonus, which is nice. Solid dismount.
Yeah, just another little hop on that double pike.
Yeah, man, that speed floor, it's bouncy. On floor 2, you have to end with a double flipping dismount in order to get full element group for the dismount. So that's a new rule change to this quads code. Got Greenville on horse, solid scissor work.
Getting up on one pommel a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, that first skill he did there was called the McCulloch, named after Sam McCulloch. Competed for Michigan for a number of years and for Team USA for a long time. 3-time Olympian. Way to finish the set. He still got credit on the dismount, even though it looked
down
like
a little short on that one.
Yeah, he came up short on the twist, so they'll devalue his dismount from. It looked like he was going to do a D, so they'll probably give a C. Not the full value of what he wanted, but he's not going to get a fall there, which is good.
Yeah, and that's interesting how that works. It has to do with where you go up to the handstand, how many rotations you do, and on which side of the apparatus you actually dismount on, you can hit the ground on.
Yeah. Yeah, so that was Will Wilson was there on rings. He's on eval, so waiting for his score. Esquivel on horse. He just finished up. That's who we just watched. Looks like Jacob Foster got a 12-2 on horse, which is. I think it's solid for him. I think you'd like to see that be a little bit higher, but a solid hit to keep that momentum going through, especially starting on horse. That's a hard first event to start on. And so usually you want that first event to get those nerves out. You're a little shaky, and horse is kind of hard to get that done there. But to have 2 hits back to back, that's big for Greenville to try and keep that momentum going on throughout the rest of the meet.
Maltese bounce cross on the still rings here.
Oh, nice.
Lock arm up to handstand.
Oh.
Came out too early on that dismount.
Yeah,
Looks
he
like
used a lot of energy there.
maybe coming off the rings, maybe got lost a little bit. He opened up.
Yeah, there's a lot of energy there the first part of that routine with that Maltese bounce cross. No, this is a solid routine besides that dismount, which they can recover from. So we'll see how this next guy can bounce back on rings. Oh, we got an Army guy up here on floor. Looking super clean.
Connection there.
Yeah. Yeah, a new rule change too this year for the floor is the non-acro element. So how you're transitioning into your corner is a non-acro that you have to do, right? You mentioned the scale. So every time you transition to the corner, it has to be a different transition. So we're starting to see a lot more creativity and artistry through the gymnasts and how they approach their corners and their transitions. So keep an eye out for that.
Yeah, and it's interesting every time those rules do change to see how, what they're focusing on. Back in the day, you had compulsory and optional routines. You had the artistic years. They had the strength years. There goes another double pike dismount. That landing was slightly better than the previous one. Still a slight hop, but not too bad there. That was a pretty clean routine on the floor exercise.
Yeah. Solid set so far on the horse by Greenville. Taking out for the dismount. Oh, and he kind of comes off short too, so...
And same on the dismount, yeah. Nice extension on the swing. Just that check on the dismount. But as you say, would that one get full credit or not?
Yeah, it would get full credit.
But devalued on the element.
Yes. Yeah, so it looked like he was either going for a D or an E, so he came off on the other side. So I think he'll get a C for that. So we'll just go down to 10th. But if he didn't get credit on the dismount, they would take a point from him, and he would have to restart and do the element again to get credit. Oh, nice Caesarean on the ring.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's really refreshing to see some of these strength elements come back.
Yeah. Yeah, like
cross.
Yeah, like we mentioned before, how hard it is to get that ring strength. Like these guys are pushing for difficulty on rings, and man, it's just so hard. Let's see if we can finish this routine up nicely here. And how he handles his dismount. Nice.
There you go. That's what we like.
That's what they need. They need those sticks. So when you stick, you get an extra 10th bonus. So that will add to your D score at the end, which is a huge advantage. So sticking is important. Like if somebody takes a hop and they get 3/10, and then the other team sticks and they get that extra 10th, that's a 4/10 difference, and that can make all the difference later on.
You're almost half a point up at that. If you're not sticking, it's like you're leaving 3 points out on the table.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. The Army going here on floor. Full double front.
Yeah, that's that connection we're talking about. Actually quite a large hop on that one, but
yeah,
he got it to his feet. That was a good landing there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and on landings, the gymnasts have to be careful on their landings. So if they squat too low or they land too low, their butt drops below that 90-degree range, then they can get 5/10 no credit for the skill. So they gotta watch that and be careful there. He looked pretty good on that full double front, but just for the viewers, just to keep an eye out on that. Lean up to the dismount, see if we can get a stick here. Double pike. Oh, small hop again.
Smallest of hops, that's right. It was a more or less that was a pretty clean set.
Yeah.
No big bobbles, couple hops on the landings, but again, you're talking about the difference in the equipment that maybe a gymnast is used to training on versus where they go to a meet, which doesn't make sense here because it's Army gymnast that to that floor. But that is quite a bouncy setup for the floor exercise.
Yeah. Got Greenville going here on horse. It's looking pretty good so far. Leading up to the dismount. Let's see if you can finish it. Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Yeah, so that was an E.
That was a good set.
Yeah, that was a great dismount. That's what you want to see right there. And he was pretty stoked about that one.
You could tell by the sound in the arena the team was pretty stoked as well.
Yeah. And the judges are looking for there on horse, right? They don't want to see any strength. Like, the whole point is to swing. So when you're swinging up to that dismount, if you show any sort of strength or any sort of wobble or pause, they can take a deduction. But we saw there that he had a great dismount, swung right up, clean, back and forth to the stick. So that was great. Gus. Here on rings, usually they save the big guys for the last. Yeah.
Planche, lower Maltese, those look great.
Oh, bounce cross. Yeah, you usually don't see. Yeah. Usually you don't see guys do three strength elements back to back, so that was cool to see. Double, nice.
That was a solid set through and through.
Yeah.
Good swing, good strength, big dismount.
Yeah, we see right there Matthew Roth from Greenville with a massive 13.8. A great set. That's huge for Greenville. Looks like we got another floor guy for Army. Is it their senior night tonight?
This is their senior night, and John is one of their seniors this year. So
nice.
Hopefully he has a great meet today and appreciates the recognition after competition.
Yeah, so is he an exhibition?
That you know what that may be, because he is their fourth competitor, isn't he? Or fifth competitor, I'm sorry.
Yeah, so we'll probably see a handful of exhibitions from Army today, and for those seniors who are in the lineup, so they can get one more chance to compete at home before they're off.
That's a great point for the viewers out there. Along with some of the rule changes, one of the things that changes frequently in the NCAA is, how many competitors you're allowed to put up in a meet. A little fall out of bounds there, I think. But how many competitors you're allowed to put up in a given meet that count for score. And they change that years to year. And what it is now, it's 4 up and 4 scores count. So if one guy falls or has a major break, that's really hitting your team score. You can't drop any scores in these competitions.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Also, too, it makes the field more competitive, right? So with the 4 up 4 count, if somebody messes up, and usually in the past, if you were like 3-4 points down, you're like, man, we lost the meet. It's gonna be really hard to come back from that unless they really mess up. But now you can see kind of like how we talked about the dismounts and stuff. It makes it just a lot tighter.
It looks like we have almost our event 1 final scores up. There they are. Nope. Still waiting on Springfield's last ring score to publish.
Oh, there it is. Oh, 14. Nice. That's a huge floor score. Or ring score, sorry.
Ring score. That is good. Yeah. So what do we have to say here? I mean, it makes sense that the floor exercise that the one event is leading the Army. Um, the floor you tend to get slightly higher scores on. We didn't have any major breaks on floor exercise, so Army coming out with a 53.55 on the floor. Moving over the pommel horse, we already talked about it. Pommels is that one that you really want to get your jitters out, because if there's a tremendous ability to fall off of any event, it's right there on the pommel horse. So I don't think we saw any falls today. We saw a couple, maybe call them slightly less than expected dismounts, but they look pretty good overall on the pommel horse. And that's Greenville coming in with a 51.15. And still rings Springfield 50.950. That 14.05 score by that competitor. That was massive.
Mhm. Yeah, we see that 11.6 right there. That's gonna hurt Springfield in the long run. But we see that the two guys after him come back with some pretty big scores, especially that 14.0. That's really helping them to recover from that, and hopefully they can make it up later on in the meet.
Well, and that 11.6 also, we talked earlier about that botched dismount. That's really where that can hurt the team pretty big.
Yep. Yeah, and you can kind of see here, just based on the order of things and scores, right? Usually teams, they want to put kind of a guy who's really consistent and solid at the first spot. So to get up there, maybe not have the hardest difficulty, right? We see a 4.5, 3.8, 3.7 there from the three teams, but they're clean, they hit, they can create that momentum for the team. And then we go down later on, right? Those fourth guys, you see that their D scores right there, 4.6, 5.0, 4.7 are a little bit higher than the rest, and they can get a good foundation from the beginning. And so those guys at the end can be a little bit more risky and shoot for those higher scores, and that's kind of what we see here, which is good to see. It looks like it's going to be a pretty close one, right? Like even though Springfield looks like they're behind, they're not. Like they're still in the running to come back, and like this meet's not over, so it's going to be a close and competitive one.
Yeah, and every meet that I've watched this season has literally come right down to the end, particularly with teams that are within 3 or 4 points of each other on their average.
Yep.
So we'll no, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, and that's a big floor score for Army, right? Usually you want to see like those teams in the top three, they're posting 55s on floor, so a 53.55, that's I think that's pretty solid for them.
Yeah, that is a good floor score. So we can take this graphic off the screen here, and what's going on now between rotations, the athletes get a couple minutes to do a one-touch. Feel the apparatus after warm-ups, do a one-touch on each piece of equipment. So that's what we're looking at here. And sometimes you can kind of get an indicator by watching these little 2-minute one-touches of what type of skills you might be looking for, who might be not so confident on which skills during that particular day. And perhaps someone is thinking of wearing their routine down or adding a skill in. So that's what's fun to watch during these one touches.
Yeah, I'm here on road to, I'm on road to nationals, so I'm looking at scores. So the high for Army for their floor score this year is a 52.65. So they just beat their score by almost a point on floor. So that was a really good floor rotation for them. For pommel horse, looking at
great start to home meet.
Yeah, looking at Greenville, their high this year is a 52.65 on horse. So they're a little bit below that. That's probably those dismounts that we were talking about, but they're still in a good range there. And then the rings for Springfield. Springfield's high was a 52.3. Do you remember what they went?
Springfield 51.35.
30 seconds.
Yeah, so they're a little bit short from there, but still in a good position. So. Yeah, it's cool to see.
Tyler,
oh, sorry, go ahead.
Like we're talking about, this is one rotation out of 6, so it's anyone's game at this point.
Yeah.
Gymnast, your 2-minute touch period has.
Yeah, just for the audience, Greenville has 2 teams competing this weekend. They have a team here, and then they send another team to the Nebraska and Greenville and Simpson meet out in Iowa. So they've got two teams competing today. So we're starting here out on floor, Springfield. Starting with a side front double twist. Going into that front double front. Little hops on the landing, but pretty solid overall. There's that 2.5 front layout. Also, you see that full twist to his stomach that he did right there. So that's part of that transition rule. So you can either do those full twists to the stomach, 4.5, double twist to your stomach, or scale, right? You have to hit those. You have to hit at least one of those in order to get the element group for the floor routine. So we're seeing more variety and creativity there on those transitions. Small hop on that side pass. Would have liked to see a stick there, but that's okay. Double pike dismount. Finish strong. Also when these guys are landing, watch their chest position. That's what the judges are looking at. So if their chest is too low, they can get a deduction. So they want to keep that chest up. We got Springfield here on horse. Coming off of rings and going to horse. They got some guys who are on the ring rotation, going into horse. Hopefully their arms aren't too shaky here. Solid swing. Then when these guys are circling too, watch their shoulder position in their hands, looking for that skew. That's what judges are looking at too. Going up, triple Russian dismount, nice. So they're looking for amplitude here on the dismount. Those guys who are doing triple Russians. Right, so at the end, you see their heels kind of swing up there high. The judges are looking for that amplitude. They want to see that elevate and get up there. Hey Dan, I think you're muted.
Yep, sorry. I was saying it's a bit of a flare, not in the sense of like the leg flare, the circle flares, but flare in their presentation to show that, hey, I still got it, Judge. I still got a little more in the tank at all.
Yep. We got Greenville here in rings. We saw Maltese and a cross.
And on those swing to handstands, what the judges are looking for is no bend in the arms.
Yeah, no bend, and looking for that ring turn too. Right, if the outside of your arm is on the side of the strap, they can take deduction for that. So they're looking for that space, but also that wrist drop and that ring turn of those elbows, right, to be straight.
Yeah, a couple small bobbles, and that was a great set
Yeah.
for Greenville. Uh, yeah, it's always good when you're talking about the first guy the coach puts up in each lineup should be kind of your consistent, your solid, and that really just tries to build the momentum for the rest of the competitors.
Come on, Ev.
Yeah, each guy knows their role and the position they're at, and they're in that position for a reason. And so it's fun to be in the position to go right after somebody who just, hit an incredible set, and then going after somebody who didn't hit the best set or might have fallen or had a big mess up. It's that person's job, who's up next to bring that momentum back and get the team back to where they need to be.
His floor routines start off to a
Come on,
great
Ev.
start.
Yeah.
Big mount into some front tumbling connection bonus on his second pass.
Come on,
Transition to
Ev.
the corner there.
Let it work.
People are always
Come on. Come on. Push. Way to work.
Next on Honolulu for Army, Noah Durant.
Come on, Mike.
Up next on ring for Greenville, Ricky Mays.
Go! Squeeze! Yeah! Big hole! Yeah! Tiger, come on! Up! Good! Yeah!
Up next on floor exercise for Springfield, Michael Dalton.
Come on, Mike. Confidence, yo. Let's go. Let's go. So that work. Come on. Come on, Mike.
Usually the judges with a hop, they'll deduct less. Your step tends to be bigger than your hop. And then if you step too, you tend to take another step. So we kind of saw that there, right? He took that big step back in his dismount and a little shuffle. Army going here on horse. Solid flop work.
And I believe, is this Maddox that's up right now, I believe.
Yes. Yeah, he's their horse guy, right?
He is the rigger for sure.
Nice. Oh, we saw there on that dismount a little bit of strength, a little bit of a form deduction, but finished it strong. So this guy going on rings right now, Ethan Poole. So I grew up with Ethan. Just an awesome guy, right? And he's super strong. So you watch this right here. Uprise malt. Bounce cross. You know, he's been he's been a huge addition to Greenville. A ring and floor guy, and just out there and competitive. Works so hard, and just one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet. It's fun to be able to see him. I saw him a few weeks ago, and yeah, I'm glad to see that he's just killing it out there, and he's loving what he's doing. Double layout.
Double A. And stuck landing, but again, the sound that may or may not get a larger deduction.
Yeah, right. With his landing, his chest position.
Next up on floor exercise for Springfield, Will Wilson.
Yeah, it's funny. We've been watching a couple of these Maltese bounce crosses, and that's how I used to start my routine, is to get Maltese bounce cross, and then kind of kip back into a back rise cross.
Nice.
But, you really gotta be careful at how you train that and how often. And I certainly have had a few reconstructive surgeries on my shoulders after.
Yeah, rings is brutal. Okay, we see Will Wilson here on floor for Springfield.
Let's work.
Like, you can just hear the punch to the floor. Like, it just sounds bouncy. And that's what these gymnasts like, right? Like, you want something that's bouncy, but that's also soft. And this speed floor is what they're tumbling on, and all the equipment that they're on it's giving that to them for sure. So I think they're pretty excited.
Let's go. Come on. Let's work.
And those tough landings there when they call them a blind landing, when you land in the forward face.
Yep.
Half in, half out dismount. Nice. Good set.
Yeah, I think that's the first half dismount we've seen tonight. You know, every gymnast has
we
a preference.
misspoke. This is Maddox Babylon here up on pommel horse now as their final on pommel horse for Army.
Yeah, and this is a guy to watch, right? Man, he's got a nice swing. It's a big set too. Nice. I think he fell on that element last week on that skill. He performed it pretty well there.
You're right.
You know, a slight leg split, but nonetheless, it was great. You know, watch his body position and his hip angle.
Great extension.
Yep.
And the more horizontal you can adhere to the surface of the floor, it's kind of what they're looking for on the pommel horse swing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, good clean sweat. You know, in Maddox, he hits that set frequently, and it's just as pretty every time you watch him do it. He's just a great pommel horseman.
Yes, he is.
Swinger on the horse.
Yeah, it's cool. Like, a handful of years ago, the U.S., you know, we kind of struggled on horse. It wasn't the strength of the country, especially in the NCAA. And now, man, you just see the level of difficulty on horse. There's 3 guys on national team who are horse specialists. Oh, 13-6 there by Ethan Poole. It's a big score for him. But yeah, we just see that difficulty in just the horse improving so much throughout the country.
Greenville on the still rings, final competitor for rotation 2.
Nice. You know, on these strength positions for the audience, they're looking for complete holds. The judges are. So once they stop moving completely, then you start counting, right? And we always say 1 gymnastics, 2 gymnastics, 3 gymnastics, and then you can go. So if they have a short hold, they can get a deduction. If they don't hold it long enough or at all, they can lose value for the skill. See if he finishes up here. He's been holding his strength pretty good. Nice.
Nice little step, but big dismount.
Sergey Popov, you know, great routine. He's one of the nicest guys too. Like, you just go up and talk to him, and he'll chat your ear off, and yeah, he's just so nice and welcoming. Jaden's a beast. He's an all-arounder, isn't he?
I think that's why they're putting him up now, is for an all-around score.
Yeah. Yeah, so an all-arounder is somebody who does all 6 events for the team, so we'll see him on every event tonight.
And again, this won't count for the event score, but it will count for his national rankings on the all-around scores. A little leg struggle there, but he did not fall.
Yeah. Yeah, he got his swing back, and he finished it up nice there. So that was good. Good to see there for him. You know, horse probably wasn't his strength, but he got through it. And you know, all-arounders, sometimes they have their strengths, sometimes they have their weaknesses, and on those weaknesses, you're just trying to maximize and move on. You know.
Pommel horse was certainly my weakness. I dropped that the very first day I went to competitions.
Yeah. Horse, you know, we always say you gotta build a relationship with the horse, right? Like we gotta bring sugar cubes, put them under the horse, treat it right, and it'll treat you right.
That's right. It looks like they're putting up another exhibitionist. I believe is John Weir, one of the seniors competing tonight.
On horse, right?
Yes. Yeah.
And then it looks like Greenville has a 5th guy going up, Kyler Hinson, on rings 2. Nice Sergi with 13.25 on rings. You know, Greenville looked pretty solid there on rings. Here's Kyler going up on rings. Let's see if he can have some fun here. It's kind of nice, right? Being the exhibition, your score doesn't necessarily count. Maybe he's doing all around, but
takes a little bit of pressure off.
Yeah. So hopefully he can go up there and just enjoy this set and give it his best go. You know, sometimes we see the rings swinging. If they get too big of a swing, it could be a deduction, but dismount, nice.
Yeah, it's great dismount.
Yeah, solid stick. Right, with that ring swing though, if their swing gets too big, they could get a deduction on it from the judges, and so you know they can control their swing when they kill it based off their next skill. We got John going up here on horse.
Nice extension of that swing for exhibitionists. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
And these routines are always so fun. I remember um, when I was in college and those seniors were going up and in the exhibition spot, it's their last one, and they're just out there just having fun, doing what they love, and it's just a fun routine to watch, just because you know what's behind it and the purpose of it.
Yeah, and that routine by John Weir was that was pretty solid through and through.
Mm,
He missed the dismount, but on that, a couple form breaks, but powered through that routine pretty well.
yeah.
And
So we
I
got
believe now we'll be getting on to rotating events and getting ready for rotation 3. So
yeah.
we'll wait for the event scores to pop up. We can take a look at them, and I think. Oh,
Yeah, so we're
like
waiting, for a few to come in, still on eval. But I think we got those event totals right. So we got Army with the 53.45 on horse, Greenville and rings with the 52.95, and Springfield with the 52.9. So pretty neck and neck.
it is. Yeah, not a bad start. Army holding solid in the 53s, which is nice.
Hmm. Well, we see too that total. We see Springfield just barely jump ahead of Greenville by 10th and a half. So they made up. They made up some there on the floor.
Yeah, and that's what we talked about with this level of competitions. When there's only a handful of teams across the nation that these elite athletes can, compete at during their college years. Um, what ends up happening is they all tend to become very good in very tight competition. It wasn't, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, when there was more teams out there. You'd have a couple rock stars on each team. You'd have your 2 or 3, 4 teams in the country that you knew one of them was going to be your national champion. But then there was a pretty solid division between the other, 30 or plus teams that were out there.
Yeah.
Nowadays, uh, it's tenths or hundreds between many of the meets that go on each weekend.
Yeah. Yeah, we see that 13.9 there on Army. What is that by Maddox?
That is Maddox's score.
Yep, that right there. That's pushing All-American status, right? Like that's a big score for them, for him too. So he's looking on track to peaking at the right time, right? Like the whole goal for these guys is to gain experience throughout the whole season and to compete to get to NCAA championships and to peak on day 2 to be able to All-American to possibly win a national championship or national title. So we see some of these guys are on track there and to achieve some big goals that they have set for themselves.
Yeah, that's an interesting point. And that is something that coaches and athletes have to consider when preparing for season and their lineups. Uh, it's not a short season, right? It starts in the fall. When they hit like their in season time, and then from that point on, I mean, you're going right through to the spring. So uh, it's several months long, and you don't want to cap out too early. And then by the time those NCAA championships come up, you're either injured or you're fried or something else. So you really want to try to train those athletes so they peak right towards the end of that season.
Yeah, we would start doing routines in October, right? We're not competing. We're still training, trying to get in shape, but Chuck Schmelka, the Nebraska head coach, he always call it Rocktober because we're getting ready to rock. So
There you go.
yeah, trying to get into shape there, and yeah, just like you said, like you have the whole fall semester, you're trying to get in shape, but you're still doing routines, you're still beating your body down, getting it ready for competition season, and then you have the whole competition season, um, to get through it, right? Like, I mean, these guys have what around 8 to 10 competitions throughout the year. That might not sound like a lot compared to football and basketball, but gymnastics is such a demanding sport. It's so demanding on your body that, man, it really weighs on these guys, and so they got to be really smart and efficient about how they go about their training, how they approach competitions, coaches with their lineups and who they're selecting, but trying to keep these guys in peak shape so that they can help the team achieve their goals, but also help their guys to achieve their goals as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think that's one of the things that separates a good gymnastics coach from a great coach is not only your ability to coach and spot skills and inspire the athletes, but also to do a lot of that behind the scenes work of what should the lineup be and who to compete at which meets, and because there's limits on how many athletes can be on your roster, how many you can travel. So they're playing a chess match against all the other teams out there to see who can come up with the best mix at the end of the season.
Yeah. Yeah, and talking about coaches, right? Like, you need experience to do that. And kind of with your introduction at the beginning of the competition on the coaches, right? With Zach, with JD, and then Simpson's head coach. You see the level of experience that JD and Simpson have. And then compared to Zach, right? Like, Zach's only been head coach for a number of years. And so it's cool to see where he's taken this team and how they're able to compete with these other coaches and who've been coaching for years. And we're starting to see that across the NCAA space, right? We see a huge flux of coaches getting to an age where they're getting ready to retire, and we're seeing the younger guys and these assistant coaches stepping up into bigger positions, right? Like Dan Ribeiro at Illinois taking that head coaching position. We see here with Greenville. And Simpson too, right? They have these two new young coaches that are coming in, and they're doing pretty well.
Oh yeah, and it looks like just moments away from getting started with rotation 3, which will host Greenville on the floor exercise, Springfield on pommel horse, and Army on the still rings.
Yeah, so Army here, they're high on the rings this year is a 49.55, so let's see if they can beat it. On the floor exercise for Greenville, their high is a 52.5 for the year, and then on pommel horse for Springfield, their high is a 53.85.
Yeah, 53.85. That would put Springfield, if they were to attain that would put them as the event champion by team pommel horse. So
yeah,
Army came in with a 53.45. So yeah, they get a couple tenths over that. Or if they, it would be great to see if the team can, beat their season high so far.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. That's what these teams are trying to do. They're trying to. I'm sure every single one of these coaches have benchmarks set and scores that they want to hit and goals. And yeah, you're exactly right. They would love to see them to break their highs and just get a little bit better. Yeah, like you mentioned, we're on rotation 3 here, so after this rotation, we'll be halfway through the meet. Difference between first and third place, so it's tight, right? Like, we haven't really seen too many like big mess ups, and so it could go any way.
Yeah, that's true. And from following the Army team this season, I noticed their floor and their pommel horse is decently strong. Their rings is probably not quite where they want it. So we could see some change-ups in the competition after this rotation 3.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, because floor here. Oh no. Oh, I was just about to say that was a big hop out of bounds for Greenville, but floor is usually their strong event. So these next guys are going to have to make up for that, and hopefully he can finish his set here pretty strong. And that's what's so awesome about gymnastics, how tight it is. Like, it comes down to tenths, right? Like, not points. So, like, even, like, the smallest of hop or step, a stick can make all the difference, right? Like, even right there on that side pass he just did, he takes a small step. Like, you got to stick that.
Stick all those landings.
Yeah.
So you're just chipping away at those tenths that are going to, you know, eat you alive at the end of the meet.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, as we're talking about tenths, I was watching the Simpson College and Army meet 2 weeks ago, and it was a nail biter. I was watching Virtius score. Oh, out of bounds again.
Yeah, that was a.
Wow.
Yeah, that's not what he's.
So I was watching this and trying to get as, you know, start getting anxious about it at the, you know, at the end of the meet. It was down to, I think, 21. They squeaked it out by 1500ths.
Yeah.
You know, like, wow. You know, the stands were like back and forth. We're like, oh, cheering. So.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Exciting.
Yeah, it is exciting. We got Springfield here on horse going up for his dismount. Oh, you see that strength in that pause? You know, he made it up.
That pause there, yep. The judges are looking to have that final flare or circle that you use to get into that, just to continue the momentum straight up in a swinging fashion.
Yeah. We got Jake here on rings for the Army. The straddle planche.
The difference in strength elements. That straddle planche was one of the only strengths you'd see, you know, 3-4 years ago.
Yeah.
And for a guy like me that likes to see the strength elements on rings, it was driving me nuts.
Hey, it was driving Fig nuts too. That's why they changed the rule.
And I like that dismount he does because it's unique. You know, double front pike. And that's terribly challenging to stick. And he usually does a pretty decent job. A small bobble, rather a small hop on that one, but otherwise pretty clean routine.
Yeah, some cool variety there. Got Greenville on
That's what makes gymnastics interesting.
Yeah. Nice double front. On those double front skills, so when you watch them grab their legs and their legs are separated in that tuck position, if you see that gap in between the knees, we call that a cowboy, and you can get deducted on the size of your cowboy. So depending on how far away your knees are from each other, so it could be a tenth, 3/10 based on the width. So the further apart your legs are, the bigger your cowboy is, the more deduction you'll have. So on those skills, for the audience, when you're looking at those double fronts, try to see how they keep their knees together, and look for that form there. Nice. So you saw that combo right there, that whip, that back whip punch. Half. Yeah. So he gets a bonus there too for a connection on his back whip. It's the same as these guys who are doing back 2.5 front layouts. Nice.
Pike, little step.
You see Zach Peters there being the first one there on the scene to give him a high five. He walks up onto the floor, you know, that's awesome. I love seeing that.
It's good to see, yeah, it gets the team motivated, you know?
Yeah. Springfield going up here on horse.
Little bobble there going down to the leather, but fought through it.
Yeah. Yeah, watch those shoulders, his position of his hands, that skew. Going up for the dismount. Oh no, we'll see if he gets credit here. He might have to redo that. And they give it to him. So when I say that credit, so on his dismount, when he swings up, if his feet dip at all, right? If they're when you're swinging, your feet are coming up.
Oh,
Look,
he is coming back up.
yeah. See how he's coming back up? He's got to redo it because he didn't get credit for the skill.
So there's going to take discount for the fall.
Yep.
But he gets credit for the skill. So it's going to give him a couple tenths back, but it's better than not getting credit for that entire skill. That's required. Each routine is built up of a series of required skill sets that you have to do. The dismount being one of those skills.
Yep. Yeah, we got Army here going on the rings. Yeah, like you said about routines. So these guys, they have 8 skills in their routines, and then there's specific element groups on each event that you have to hit in order to get your full element credit for your routine. So you'll see 8 skills from all these guys on every event tonight. Nice tuck. So that tucked Yamawaki, that swinging element, when you go to handstand, you get a 10th. So that Yamawaki goes up in value. Hey, nice dismount.
There we go. That was a really clean set, and that's one of the things that Ash Johnson is known for. He has, when he hits, it's impeccable form. He just looks good doing it. It's strong as nails, this guy.
Yeah, that was fun to see. It's always fun to watch routines that look effortless, and even the form, the hard swinging elements and strength moves. It's fun to watch. We got Ethan here.
Front double pike.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's an advantage to. Oh, nice.
Another
yeah, double
front there. Nice.
Yeah, so Ethan, like I mentioned, I grew up with him. He, out of everybody I know, he probably flips the fastest out of anybody. Like, this guy can just get upside down so fast. And so that's a huge advantage for him with those double fronts and those double pikes. And as you saw, he does them so well. Nice. Yeah, I would say floor is, like I mentioned, he's a floor and ring guy, and floor is definitely his strength. He's super solid at rings, but I think floor is his bread and butter. He's got a solid dismount. I don't know if this is his dismount right here or if it's next. Yeah, double pike. Oh, big hop. See,
double pike with the hop. Yep.
Yeah, it's hard, right? Like, most of these guys train on AI, so it's a different brand of equipment. And so when we're coming here to Army, right, this is all speed, so a different floor. This floor is a lot bouncier, has a lot more give to it. So that's why we're seeing a lot of guys hopping, and like that's a big rebound out of that dismount for Ethan. But a solid set for him nonetheless.
Back to Springfield on the pommel horse.
Nice. That's a solid single pommel work in that circle, that extension right there. Oh no.
Nope. Yeah, his shoulders got a little behind him and hips caved in. And that's that's so challenging on the pommel horse. The slightest bit of being off center, with your weight or center of gravity, it makes the world of difference because you're constantly adjusting as you're swinging around in that.
Yeah. Nice Magyar. Going into that Savato. Picking up for the dismount. Nice.
There you go. That was a good looking dismount. See, and that one swung right up.
Yeah.
Completed all the pirouettes he was looking for. That was a good dismount.
Yeah, it was great.
Jaden up on the still rings.
This is their all-arounder, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, let's see how he does here. Nice cross. The iconic iron cross.
Tucked into Pike Milwaukee.
Yeah, we don't see that. Like when you mentioned back when they incorporated more swinging elements, you saw a lot of guys go up to that upright strut out like he did there. You don't really see that too much in this code. I kind of miss it. Going up for the dismount. Nice.
Nice. Perfectly straight up and down. Yeah, that was beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah.
And look at making it look effortless. That's what makes watching gymnastics so fun, is when you watch these guys and you're like thinking, A, how are they doing that? And B, it doesn't look like they're trying to do that.
Yeah. Yeah. Greenville on floor.
Ooh, that was nice.
Double twist.
So he's finding the ground. He's sticking these passes.
Yeah. So triple Russian for his non-acro. So every gymnast does a non-acro element on floor. So that could be a press, a wide arm press, Russian flare. He's leading up to his dismount here. Let's see if he can stick it. Oh, he does. Nice.
That was a good looking floor set.
Yeah.
You know, and that's going back to when they put the scale back in. You know, back in my day, I was always appreciative of the scale being in a routine, because it gave you, 3-4 seconds to catch your breath. You usually put it in right before your dismount. And it gave you a second to kind of collect your thoughts and collect your breath, and then try to rock the dismount.
Yeah. Yeah, you should definitely use it to your advantage. Nice.
All right.
The Springfield on horse right here. This guy's got a great swing to him. Just look how smooth it is.
A lot of single pommel work as well.
Yeah. Like, even just look at his toes, like his toe point. Just the little things that stand out. Take it up to his dismount here. Solid.
Oh, beautiful.
Nice. Oh,
that was a really good looking set.
Yeah, that was a solid. Oh, we see on floor Clapper getting a 13.75. That's a big score for Greenville after not the best rotation for them so far. We got Carter here on the rings for Army.
Carter back, he's another Army senior this year, so he's looking to get some hometown praise after today's meeting.
Oh, is he from New York?
No, it's a home meet, so
yeah.
He'll be recognized during the senior celebration at the end. Good open on that double layout. Showed a little bit of flair.
Yeah.
Extended on the second flip.
Yeah,
I almost thought he got a little bit overzealous on that one, but he ended up pulling through on it.
Yeah. Man, even his pike to Milwaukee there in the routine, it's Giannisson is what it's called. And you just see him elevate in the air, like get up there, and how smooth it was and how deep he got into his pike. Man, that was great. Yeah, well executed. Sounds like somebody wanted to stick there.
All right, that's looks like the conclusion of. Is that the conclusion of that rotation? It's the conclusion of maybe they have some couple additional exhibition is going. But we can take a look at the scores here. Waiting on 2 more to populate in.
Yeah, we see that 52 from Greenville on floor. They definitely would have liked to see that be 2 points higher, honestly. So I think that set them back a little bit, but Springfield didn't have the best rotation on horse. And Army, they kept a steady pace. You know, it wasn't their best.
It
range.
was clean. It's just they're not particularly strong this year on still rings.
Yeah.
Yeah, that 10. Teams of this caliber, you really don't want to see 10s, right? You're looking for those 12s, those 13s, a 10, and as we recall, that's the guy that didn't get credit for the dismount and had to take the deduction for the fall, and then remounts and recompete his dismount. So that shows you what it's falling off the apparatus can make.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean these teams, their goal is to make day 2 of NCAAs, and if they want to do that, right, they can't even have. Do you want to have all 13s and maybe even a 14 in there, right? So.
Oh yeah, yeah. Here we go. It looks like all the scores have populated in now. Yep. So Cash Johnson, Carter Beck from Army tying the 13-2. That's that's decent for them. I like to see that. I'd like to see all 13s, but like we were talking, it's not their strong event this season, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we see Greenville here close the gap on Army a little bit. Springfield, that rotation hit them hard, so they're gonna have to do some work to get back. But man, it's looking. They're not out of it, Springfield is, but it's looking like it's going to be a battle between Army and Greenville. It's going to come down to the wire between these guys.
As much as you like to root for your favorite team, sometimes it's that excitement, those close pairings that really get the crowd going.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, you want to see a good matchup for sure. And we'll see if Greenville will be able to get ahead, or if Army will be able to maintain where they're at. And it's fun, right? Like, we're leading up to the last events here. What was that, rotation 3?
That was rotation 3, yeah. So we're halfway through the meet right now. Yeah,
so these last events, especially high bar, right? Like, if you're ending on high bar, which Army's going to do, there's pressure there, right? Like, you got your release moves, and you want to put them close to the bar, but you're also thinking about how close the meet is. And so we'll see if these teams can clutch up and hit their routines under this pressure and the tightness of the competition. So it'll be exciting.
Yeah, so we're talking scores at the halfway point of this competition. Third place is Springfield College, or the 153.1. And then Greenville coming in second with a 157.3. Army is in the lead at halfway point with a 158.6. So just over a point separates number 1 and number 2 in this competition.
Yeah. Yeah, so I believe right there, Peyton Kramer from Springfield. That's a big set for him. I'm trying to see. He has the same last name as Dane. Kramer. But I don't think they're related. I think maybe they just... Oh, wait, hold up. Maybe they just have the same last name. No, they actually might be brothers. I'm not going to lie.
Oh, that's interesting.
It's kind of cool.
That's kind of neat when you see stuff like that. That's it. Yeah, that was that's huge.
Yeah, that's a big set by him. And I think he's their horse guy, right? Like a 5.2 start value you see right there. Like that's solid. With a good E score at the national level, that's potential for All-American. So if he can clean the E score up a little bit, we saw some leg splits and form errors by him. His dismount was a little not as swingy and as smooth as he would have liked. Man, he can get up there um and fight for an All-American, which would be really cool to see.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, what they're doing now is just kind of reorganizing the judging tables, moving some chairs around and scoreboards, and then they'll get into their touches for the fourth rotation, and we'll get back on air.
First on parallel bars for Greenville, Kyler Hickson.
All right, we're back here starting the fourth rotation. We've got Greenville on P bars, Springfield on high bar, and Army on the vault. So Kyler here starting Greenville off on P bars.
Well, each work.
Oh, Army already had somebody go on vault. 13-2 it looks like.
Yeah, yep.
Solid studs. Nice.
Double front. There you go, a little hop and step, but again, those front landings, it's what we call a blind landing. It's you don't see the ground coming up. You're just trusting on your training to let you know where it is.
Yeah. Here goes Will Wilson on the high bar. Let's see if he's a high flyer. Is that one-arm giant? It's called a Zuli Min. So typically on that skill, we want to see more turn on his chest on that front skill, but such a unique skill. It's really fun one to watch.
And he looked a little closed in on his shoulder angle, trying to keep that in.
Yeah. Solid Tkachev work. Going up for the dismount. Play double. Oh, with the stick. Nice. That's a big routine for Springfield right there. Coming off of that horse rotation going into high bar. That's good momentum for them.
Yeah, we've said that all day long, right? You look that first guy up to set the pace, get the team into it.
Here goes vault for Army. Hey,
Beautiful. Beautiful.
nice.
Great way. Once again, great way to get the crowd excited, get the team motivated.
Yeah. Say Kazamatsu full twist onto the stick. It's a big vault for them.
Yeah, and that's one thing with vaults. It's so quick. You can get some decent scores racked up pretty quick, but you got to leverage what difficulty level vault you want with. Hey, can I stick it?
Yeah. Great P-bar work here. That Makut's was awesome. You saw no pause on that single rails, exactly what you want to see. No front uprise, 1 1/4, super clean.
There you
See
go.
that amplitude. All right into the double front. Nice. Big step.
I tell you what, the execution on that routine was beautiful. Handstands were crisp, right at vertical. All of his skills ended right at vertical or horizontal, whichever they were supposed to. That was fun to watch.
Yeah, that was.
Back up on high bar Springfield here. Yeah.
Nice. Coleman.
There we go.
Shout out to Kachev. Yeah. Pretty solid routine.
Nice.
Not
Strong
too bad. Yeah, that's a good hit for them.
Yeah, three true release elements in that set. That was nice.
Yeah.
And that's what's exciting for the audience to watch are those release moves.
Yeah. Yeah, you know it's tight because just listen to the cheering. Like you can
It gets
feel
louder and louder as the meet goes on.
Yeah, you can feel these guys. Nice.
Another good vault with the hop on the landing, but great form in the air. Good execution there.
Yep. Yeah, for the audience, you see those lines on the mat, the vault mats right there where they're landing. So you want to see them be right on that center line in the middle. And those outside lines, if you step out or if you land out of bounds at all, you'll get a deduction for it. So you want to see these vaulters land within that range.
And I believe Tyler, right? You can take the judge can decipher a minor deduction or major deduction depending on how far away from that center line the athlete lands.
I'm not sure. From the center line, I don't know if that is... I don't know, it could be. I could be wrong. Maybe you're right. But as far as I know, it's just if they're within those bounds, then they're fine. But if they hop outside of it... Then... Got Greenville and P-bars here.
I always like that skill, the front toss.
Yeah.
There you go, 1 1/4. Oh. Get up.
Nice to see it's a pelt there, so some long hang skills. I believe this is Sergi. Oh, the stick double front. Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, dude, look how stoked they are. They're amped for each other. That's a big routine for them. That's putting the pressure on Army on vaults.
Yeah.
We got Springfield on high bar here. Caleb, Palacio. Nice connection.
Connection there. Let's your releases.
Hey, another stick.
Hey. All right. So they're looking to fight back into this one, aren't they?
Yep. They were coming up for the vault for Army. Yep, Nick.
See what we got here.
Yes. Another
right.
cause. Yeah, so Army, the 3 guys that have gone, or is that their 4th guy? Yeah, their 4th guy. Looks like they all had cause fulls, so they all did the same vault.
Same vault, yeah.
Yep. Which isn't bad, right? Like, I mean, that's probably not
And
the highest difficulty that they would like.
I've seen them compete 1.5s. I've seen them train doubles, but I think it's probably a coaching decision at this point to say, hey, let's keep it clean. Let's look for that tight landing.
Yep. We got Jackson here on P-bars, the anchor spot. He's usually a pretty solid set, so let's see if he can keep this momentum going on through P-bars. Oh, huge peach half. It's a big mount.
Nice.
Into the McCuts. Nice. Slight pause, but that's okay. Into the giant. Guillaume Stutz leading up to the dismount.
Trust it here, Mike. Let's go. Work the bar. Okay, come on. Big pull here. Up. Okay, come on. Work the bar, Mike. Confidence. Let's go, Mike. Good. Come on. You're good. Let's go. Find it. Come on. Be ready. Toes up. Straight. Yes. Good job, Mike. Come on.
Up next on ball for Springfield, Michael Simpson.
Here we go. Good job, Mike. Beautiful.
Up next on parallel bars for Army, Cash Johnson.
All right, we're back. So it's closing in here. I've been watching the scores. we saw Greenville rotation on P-bars. Man, Jackson with a huge 13.95. Owen Carney with a 13.5 on high bar for Springfield, and then a 13.45 for vault from Army for Nick. And so it's tight. It's closing in here on these last two events.
Yeah, but after that rotation, Army picked up a little bit on the vault, so they brought up a 2-point lead over Greenville. But also Springfield made up a little bit of their difference as well, so that's good. That's what we wanted to see there from their horizontal bar rotation.
Yep. And usually vault is where they can get a step ahead and get a little bit more, get a few more points, and just because it's usually a little bit easier to get more difficulty there in execution on vault. But we saw Greenville there hold their own on P-bars. That was a big rotation for them, and that'll be an advantage for them later on in the meet. We got Army here on P-bars.
This is Cash Johnson again, the one I said has just great execution on his form. Good looking routine, big hop on the double pike dismount.
Yep.
You see Jacob come out there and congratulate him on the set.
Mm-hmm. Got Logan on high bar for Greenville. Ooh.
Ooh. I don't know. Was he trying to just to jam, or was he?
Yeah, so he was.
Pirouette that.
Yeah, he's doing a Takamoto half. So he stoops in and then he does a half turn. He kind of just backdoored it, but also lost his grip.
Yeah, he came out of it too early.
Yeah, so he didn't get credit for the skill there. So if he wants to get credit for it, he's gonna have to do it again. Yeah.
There we go. There you go. That was a little better. And the thing with that talk, you really gotta plan when you're coming out of that jam, because if you come out too early or too late, either you're not going to make it over, or you're getting a deduction for not coming out close to the handstand position.
Yeah, see, like, it's that pressure there, right? Like, you're trying to find that balance of doing it the best you can, but also staying on the event, right? Like, it's that mental battle that these athletes have in their heads. It's like, dude, I want to get it to handstand, which is what he was going for, right? He's going for that grade E score, and just unfortunately, he put it a little too far on that backside of the bar and lost control of it. We got Army here on vault. Oh, sorry, yeah.
Springfield vault rotation. Yeah, it's tough. They're both in gray this meet.
I know. I'm like trying to see, but that's a big step. A big step and a hop there for Springfield on vault. See if Army can hold their own here on P-bars.
There's some swing elements.
Nice. Peters. The Diom. So this year, or this quad change, so Diom and Stutz, those skills got devalued, and that Peters skill, he did nice stick.
Ooh, look at that.
Yeah,
that stick, that was great.
That Stutz, the one bar skill he did, got upgraded to a D, or it stayed at a D. And so we'll start to see that skill more throughout the quad, and as people learn it, and to get that D instead of a C element.
Yeah, and I think that's sometimes why they make the rule changes. Sometimes it's it's based off safety votes and things of that nature. But a lot of vote, it's based on, hey, where we want the sport to go, what we want the younger athletes to start training, and what we want the crowd to see. So they'll give some added credit to skills that are not being competed a lot, and devalue stuff we think are kind of being over.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a huge release move there by Greenville, by Kyler on the high bar. He did a a full twisting Jaeger. And he caught, like, that's a big, like, that's a G value release move. Solid dismount, right? Like, he's stoked about that. That was a big set for them there.
Yeah, everyone's getting pumped right now.
Yeah.
Springfield coming down the vault runway.
I'll see his foot there, how he stepped on the line. I don't know what the judges could, I don't know where the judges are at, if they could see. But he might have got a deduction there.
Lester on the parallel bars.
Yeah, super clean gymnast. I mean, we've seen it all night. Let's see how he does here. Nice peach. Ooh, giant Diom. I believe Nick is from Arizona.
Ooh,
yeah.
Almost another stick. Still keeping the energy up. Team likes it.
Yeah, so Nick is from Arizona. He grew up with teammates Max Auden on Nebraska, and from their coach, they come from Jim Travis Rayner, just hounds E-score. So his gymnasts, their E-score looks very, very good. So, and you see that in Nick's gymnastics there. Super clean gymnast, and also getting that difficulty up, right? That peach handstand was super clean. That giant Diom was awesome.
Yep. I think that's something this new coaching staff of the Army kind of went back to basics, 2-3 years ago, and they spent a year almost, some would say they watered down some of their routines, but they really, really focused on super clean execution.
Yeah.
And every coach has like a kind of a different approach to, you're going to throw the big skills and add some additional risk, or you're going to try to get, perfect execution and a little bit less on the difficulty side.
Yeah. A big high bar set here for Greenville with Jacob Foster, the senior. He does a huge dismount, so look out for that. Let's see if he can execute it well. Nice talk half.
That's right. Come on, you show yourself. Let's go. Come on.
The quast, long hang helmet, leading up to his dismount. Hey,
wow.
There
we go.
That's a
fight.
Yeah, look at him, dude. Nice.
I like it.
Yeah. Big set for them. Huge. Like Jake's he's not a small dude. Like, he's a pretty tall guy, so that's a big dismount for him. Just executed it well with the stick.
Yeah, man, you can feel the energy in that stadium right now.
Yeah. It makes I wish we were there, like, it makes you want to be there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so we see Nick Lester there getting a 13.15 on P-bars, and so we're waiting for that score from Jacob Foster to come in. Then Owen right there for Springfield on vault with that 13.35.
13.35, yep.
Yeah, that's pretty solid, honestly, compared to Army, right? They had
for that big step. That's a good score.
Yeah. So we're just waiting for that last scorer to come in, and then these guys will be rotating to their final rotation and last event. Yeah, so what do we got? Yeah, Army with the 52.
52.05.
Yeah, see,
Springfield bringing it up with 52.95 with the vault.
yeah. Oh man, Greenville. That high bar routine with that talk half, it's gonna set them back here, and I mean they end on vault, so their vault they have a pretty solid vault squad, and I mean Army's ending here on high bar. That's pressure, right? Like vault is where Greenville can get a lot of points, a strong event for them, and if Army comes out here and they mess up on high bar, miss a release or something, you know Greenville can sneak in there and and get it back. Right, we see the difference on P bars here between Greenville and Army. Like Greenville went 53.3 on P bars, and Army here is sitting with a 52.05. So we see a point, almost a point and a half difference there. So that was a big rotation. That P bar, like I mentioned, was really big for Greenville. And so we'll see if Army can come out here and beat Greenville on the vault rotation. I mean, oh, there we go. 12.85 from Jacob Foster.
12.85. Let's see what that does. That gives them, 52. No, I'm sorry, 48.95 event score. Ooh.
Yeah, see, they would have liked to see that overall score be a little bit higher. And so we see them drop there.
They did go down at that rotation, unfortunately.
Yeah. Right, so we got the scores will pop up here in a minute, but we can see the team scores down there on the right. Like Army 264.1, Greenville 259.55, and Springfield with the 256.8. So yeah, we'll see how these guys finish up, right? Like I mean, Greenville's down, what, 4 points? 4 points-ish? And
yeah, 4.5 points.
Depending on how Army does here and how Greenville does on vault, right? I know they have a handful of cause 2.5 or cause 4.5, so 2.5 twist, which their difficulty will be higher here than Army. And we'll see how Army's difficulty score and how they compare on high bar, right? I don't know. On Road to Nationals, we can see Army's high on high bar is a 51.45. Like that's pretty solid compared to Greenville's high on vault, which is a 55.8. Right. So if these guys
that puts us right at a tight score again.
Yeah, right. Like it's gonna be tight. Like this meet's not over. So. We'll see, and I know Greenville probably has that in the back of their head. Like this is our strong event. We got to go out there and hit it. And to be honest with you, Army's probably a little bit nervous. I think.
Yeah.
Even though they're ahead, if they understand the difference in their difficulty, they have some confidence there and they hit their sets. But
if there's one man out on that floor that understands exactly what's going on right now, it's Jacob Bonet.
Yeah,
he is a technical expert with all things rules, code, and scores.
Yes, he is. Yeah. And another thing to consider here too is Greenville doesn't train on Spieth. So this Spieth vault is different. It's a different table than AAI. And we don't know how they're gonna perform on it. I didn't see their warm-ups, so it could affect them.
Yeah, interesting. So the way that works, right, is they have all the manufacturers that build this gymnastics equipment have specifications. But within those specifications, left and right limit, they are all kind of slightly different feel, different textures, different grippiness. So
yeah, different bounce
on the first vault here.
All right.
Well, that was a great start.
Yeah, good start by Michael.
Springfield on the parallel bars.
Who's a Skylar on P-bars? Starting off with a peach mount. Front 1 1/4, solid. You know what? Judges are looking for amplitude on that skill, so they probably would have liked it to see a little bit higher off the bars there, but execution was key.
Highs.
Yeah.
Little bobble on the landing.
All right, first high bar routine. The pressure is on
Here's our first head-to-head.
for Army.
Jake.
Solid jam to handstand. You see that shoulder dislocation? That's a skill. And that giant. And the L grip. Nice Tkachev. Oh, we see that in-bar staller right there with his legs together.
All right. We'll hop on the landing, but good lines on that routine.
Yeah, that's what
back
Army
to what
needs
this-
right now. They just need to.
This coaching staff, I think, like I said earlier, they put a lot of effort into let's perform sets that we can hit. You know, if you get yourself finals, you know what? You can do a little more if you want, but let's hit.
Yeah.
And you've seen that difference over the past few years with the Army team.
Yep. We just saw Jackson there on vault do a cause full and a half, so we did a 2.5 twist. That's the first one tonight, and I think Greenville has 2 more of those, which is a big advantage for them. That's in difficulty we see the difference, right? Like all the guys tonight, they did just cause fulls, which is a 4-4 start, so 14-4 start value. But then what Jackson just did right there, as you see, his difficulty score is a 4.8. That's 4/10 in a difference in D score, and we'll probably see that in the final scores right with his 13.7. I think he kind of stepped out of bounds there and took a big step. So if Greenville wants to come back in this, they've got to keep it in bounds, and they've got to try and limit their steps.
See the coaches adjusting the mat. Sometimes they shift a little bit, and they want to give their gymnasts every fair advantage they can to make sure that the mats, like the lines that we're talking about, are straight, and the center line is in the correct place.
Yeah.
Back on parallel bars with Springfield.
Nice to pelt. It's a good start to go kip to L. Kind of just get those nerves out, breathe for a sec to start your routine.
Yeah, get a feel for the equipment.
Yeah, we see a handful of people do that. Nice. Big dismount for him.
And a double front.
So Army's up next right here on high bar. Oh, see right there, 12-1, 13-7. See the difference? That's 1.6. Like, I think that's what we're gonna see here. It's gonna be tight. Big high bar routine. Takes that deep breath. You know he's feeling it. Jake's lifting him like, come on, bro, you got this.
You got this. Let's see what we got here.
Nice talk.
That was execution was great there. Right to handstands.
Oh, it's super clean. Even in, just watch his taps, his knees, they're straight. Crossed, great. Watch his tap on his dismount. His knees are straight. Going up to that lay double-double.
Double-double. Little bobble step, but that's a good-looking routine.
Yeah.
That was Johnson just came off the high bar. Again, he's so fun to watch. He makes it look like, like you want to see it look. It's just effortless. It looks good. It's clean.
Yeah.
Really, you can see really used the taps and the bending of the bar to perform the elements.
Huge vault right there by Ricky. Ricky's an All-American on vault, I believe. If not, he's a regular season All-American. Yeah, just solid vault worker. That was huge. You just see the amplitude off the table, right? Just lifting off of it.
And that's one of the things you talk with the vault, right? As an event, that's the exciting thing, is to see how high is the athlete coming off. You know, how many rotations, how many twists.
Yeah.
But the height is kind of the exciting thing there.
Oh yeah, I remember in 2012.
Those comparisons.
Yeah.
See those comparisons in the Olympics, you know, and
yeah, exactly.
Have, like, the still shots of, you know, comparing two vaulters doing the same vault and how much higher one is than the other.
Yep. Here's Springfield on P-bars. Yeah, double front, nice. Yeah, kind of like what you're talking about with the comparisons at the Olympics. I remember in 2012, Kohei Uchimura, the king of gymnastics for the men, a Japanese gymnast, and they're comparing Michaela Maroney's vault to his, and just the height difference that Michaela had. But man, that was cool to see. All right, we're back to the high bar. For Army, see 13-4-5, 12-9. So the gap is just getting closer.
13-4-5. Okay.
Nice. Yeah, nice Jaeger. Talk half. We're looking for those handstands. Even on those stallers, when they're coming out of these skills, you want them to be in the handstand, right? Even on that jam, just slightly past handstand. Get a solid dismount here. Nice hit.
All right.
Yeah, you know it's
going to be down to the wire.
Yeah, you know that felt good to hit that. Like when he put his head down and he clapped his hands, he's like, takes that deep breath out. He's like, I did my job. Just that relief. Here we go on vault. Greenville and vault. Logan. Oh, Dixon!
Oh.
That was a huge vault.
Wow! If any time to do that, that was it.
Dude, that was holy. Wow, that was awesome. Oh, and you can hear them cheering. That was huge. And that was our final vaulter. And we'll see how that turns out in the end, but that's going to be a bit, yeah, right there, 14-3. That is a huge score.
14-3. Nice.
Got our last guy up on P-bars for Springfield. Devin. Nice Diom.
Nice Diom there, yeah.
A pretty solid handstand, just looking at that natural line he's got from his shoulders to his hips. Great stick.
All right, fought for the dismount.
Yeah.
Very nice.
All right, this is a big routine. Oh, let's see. What does he need?
Oh, man.
I mean, they're still waiting on Jaden's score. Right? He's still on eval.
Yes, he is.
So depending on what they give Jaden, we'll have a good idea of what Tyson has to do here. But man, that 14-3 was huge. 12-9. All right, what's our difference?
12-9.
He needs a 12. He needs a 12-3-5. Just like every day in practice, you hear him on the stream. These guys are feeling the pressure. He's just got to hit. Good.
Clean set and hit it.
Oh, big leg to Koch. That was nice.
Work it. Come on, Tyson. Let's go.
Oh, it's looking
Nice. Look at the height there.
Not done, Tyson. Come on now.
Nice jam.
There we are. Good attention. Look at that.
Will he stick it?
All right.
Dismount down.
Job's not finished. Let's go. Come on, put it down.
All right, solid dismount.
Oh man, it's gonna be close.
Yeah. Okay, let's see.
Holy cow.
Let's go individual. Okay, on high bar.
Performing all around for Greenville, Simpson.
Waiting for his score. We'll see. So his high, he has an average of a 12.283. Tyson does. He has an average of a 12.283 and a high of a 12.45. Like, this is going to be tight.
It'll be very tight.
Yeah, ooh.
We just saw all arounder go for the vault.
Kyler. $13.0 for Kyler. We got a 12.35 for Devin on P-bars. And we're just waiting for this final score, man. It's going to be tight. I don't know. What do you think, Dan? Do you think he did it?
Look at that bottom frame. Look at Jake just waiting there to make sure he's all correct credits.
Yeah. Dude.
He knows.
Yes, he does. Will the judges give it to him on senior night? Did he do it?
I tell you, Greenville, their vault, that was nice.
Dude, yeah, that stick there at the end by Logan was huge for them.
So 54-8.
Yeah, that's a big vault score.
Army had a decent vault day, and we got a 53-45. So they're more than a point over us on point and a half on vault this meet.
Yeah.
And you can see where you start chipping away event by event at that final score. Yep, you can tell the judges don't want to make any error on getting this one right.
Yeah, right. They're triple checking their work right now. They probably want to they want to pull up a video and double check, rejudge.
That's right. It's the instant replay. I hear some noise from the crowd. What's going on? Oh,
12-8. They gave him the 12-8.
Oh.
An Army comes out on top. Holy crap.
Look at that. 314.8 to 314.35. And again, that last rotation made a world of difference.
Yeah.
4 points were made up. That's awesome.
Yeah, we didn't see that a few years ago, right? Like 4 points, you're like, man, these guys don't have a shot. But yeah, that difference, man.
And I'll tell you, the other thing that makes it interesting is, particularly with like these try or bye meets, where you're only doing 2 or 3 events per rotation, right? Like you're not competing head to head. Like it's not, hey, we're apples to apples, floor to floor, pommels to pommels. It's like, high bar to vault.
Yeah.
That makes it interesting.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Man,
what a great meet to watch. I guess
that was exciting.
Yeah, it was.
So, like, we're gonna move through the event summaries here. Here we go.
Yeah, Jackson Clapper.
Floor exercise. Yeah, it's a Clapper, the big 13.75.
Yeah, we see
all top of those top 3 scores. Above a 13.5. That's good competition right there. And it's nice to see in a try meet. Each team No, it's Army. Army and Greenville took that one. Just below was Will Wilson with Springfield.
Yeah.
Nice.
And you can see their D scores there in the execution, right? Like, huge shout out to Thomas for his E score, like a 9.2 E score. Even with a 4.6 routine, that's not the highest difficulty, but going 9.2 execution on a routine, man, that props to him. That's awesome. And congrats to Jackson on that win on floor.
That's great. Let's see what we got with pommel horse.
There's your guy, Maddox.
Yeah, no question there with Maddox. He's used to being in that position. That's great. Yeah, he's just such a solid performer and competitor on the pommel horse.
Yeah. Yeah, right there. Army, Greenville, Springfield, top 3. And those are close scores, right? Within a tenth and a half. And
oh yeah.
Just
everyone had a stud on pommel horse today for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, we saw look pretty great today. Here we are, still rings. Like I said, not Army's strong event this year.
Yeah, no.
Springfield bringing in first.
Yeah, that's a big 14.15. You know, even those 2 start values right there, 14.7, 14.8, like those are solid compared to the nation. So it's good to see. Ethan right there, right? We see that 9.3 E score, even that 14.8, that 9.35 E score. That's awesome.
That's great. It's good to see. On to the vault. Greenville taking first on vault with Logan Watterson of 14.3. You can see the top 2 vaults there, as we talked about, with that difficulty, how much difference that can make, right? Your start value goes up. You know, you can take a little bit of this, a little bit of deduction here and there, but, 4/10 right off the bat, the difficulty rating.
Yeah. Yeah, it's huge advantage to you, right? We see that compared to Maddox and Logan, right? They both stuck their vaults, but look at the difference in their final score.
That's right. Yep. Try to advance to the parallel bar screen here.
Yeah, nice. We see Jackson
on the podium here.
Yeah.
Yep, Jackson Clapper, 13.95. Again, with, kind of blowing the field out with the difficulty, and it paid off today.
Yeah, and execution. Look at that. A 9.0 execution with that 4.9. He had that big mount, that peach half into the peach. Super clean, well executed. Man, it was just solid routine.
All right.
I don't think we got
Greenville didn't make the leaderboard here on the horizontal bar.
Yeah, I think high bar is one of their weaker events. But obviously they had that fall too, right? But I think the string got cut out on Owen and just solid set by him. But Army, yeah, dude, we saw Army's so clean on it.
Those were those 2 execution. It's top notch in their form and their lines. Yeah, wonderful.
Really, yeah, it's super fun to watch. Yeah, congrats to all those guys. That was awesome meet. Yeah, and there we go.
Yeah, you see again there our team totals and by event ranking. So, man, 314.8, 314, 3.5, tight meet, and it was exciting all the way through.
Yeah, it doesn't get any closer than that, right? Like, to the audience watching. And not every meet's like that, but man, those are the ones you want to be tuned in on. And coming down to the last event, yeah, it was really cool, really fun to see.
So, throwing it out there, those are pretty big scores for 3 of these teams, higher than their season averages so far. So, all 3 of them, that's nice to see.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Like we were talking earlier, we're trending towards, conference and division championships. Like that's great to see when you get in this time of the season.
Yep. Yeah, for sure.
In third place with a score of 307.35.
Yeah, and if we want to compare to the stats on Road to Nationals, so Army's high this year is a 308, if I'm correct, and they just crushed it. Greenville's a 310, and they went 314, and then Springfield kind of had a rough meet, but yeah, congrats to Army, especially on senior night, pulling out that win for those seniors. Man, that's a lot of fun to see, and congrats to them.
Yeah, that's great. All right, well, I think Taylor and I will wrap the meet up here. Thank everyone for being part of this exciting afternoon. You guys had a great time. Thanks for sticking with us.
Yeah, tune in next time.
I didn't turn it off.
All right, thanks everyone.
What do you mean? It's not off. It's still on. Why can't we turn it off for the things that aren't being used? What? Why can't we turn it off for the things that aren't?
The Virtius guy said don't turn them off.
Oh, well, Jake said he wanted to. It's on. Okay. He said to leave it on. I don't know why. But it's still on.
My phone is like ridiculously hot.
Could it really hurt to turn it off?
Thank you. Nice job. Thank you. Yeah. I'm pretty sure some Navy still has Springfield next week. So if they lose there,
Sure.
I'm positive.
So we have to. So what happens if they?
So you guys are 4-1.
But Springfield's going to Navy. We're done. I'm not crying.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the video board as we recognize our four firsties. Jonathan Pence, John Weir, Carter Beck, and Maddox Pavlayan.
Johnny Pence, I'm class of 2026. Going to Fort Drum, I'm branch field artillery. I'm Virtius infantry. After graduation, I'll be attending graduate school at the University of Oxford.
What Army Gymnastics means to me is brotherhood.